Have you ever asked yourself any of the following questions? What kind of man lasts much longer during sex? Thin or fat? Who are the happiest men? The thin or the fat? Or even more, did you already know the importance of the kiss? Scientists are carrying out the most surprising studies, including the habits of men and women. This is how they came to special conclusions. While we should take the results of these studies with a grain of salt, there is often some truth to it. In this video we will discover 10 weird facts about men. One. A man who kisses his wife before going to work has a higher income than a man who does not. Sex can be important to many people in a relationship. According to scientific research, it is even more crucial that couples kiss. In the 1980s, a German study found that men who kiss their wives before leaving for work live an average of 5 years longer. And they would also have a higher income than men who don't. To make things even crazier, they would be up to 50% less likely to be involved in a car accident. Although the numbers may vary, there is nonetheless a trend that seems to confirm these findings. According to psychologists, this is no coincidence. Men who kiss their wives are happier and healthier. 2. Fat men are happier than thin men and they suicide less. As several studies have already shown, being thin doesn't make you happy, but psychologists at the University of Bristol have studied the lifestyles of thousands of people and concluded that fatter men felt happier. Scientists also looked at data from 3,000 people who committed suicide over a 16-year period. They noted that the BMI, body mass index, of people who ended their life was more often than not lower. Obesity is not healthy, of course, but groups that oppose diet often use the argument that weight loss leads to depression rather than well-being. 3. The men with more fat also hold much longer during sex than the thinner men. A study from Turkey came to a conclusion that may be more important for many men. The more BMI increases, the more men can stay in bed for a long time. Once again, the question arises as to how they were able to measure this phenomenon exactly, but on average, thinner men take 108 seconds to complete a sexual act, while their slightly larger colleagues last more than 7 minutes. 4. The quality of semen is determined by what men eat. According to some studies, BMI influences sexual performance, but the quality of semen is also determined by what men eat. Scientific research has determined that a man becomes more fertile if he eats the following: oysters and pumpkin seeds, because they contain a lot of zinc. Oranges, broccoli, and strawberries have a high concentration of vitamin C. Dark leafy vegetables such as spinach. Dark chocolate contains arginine, an important amino acid for semen. Salmon and sardines, which are rich in omega-3s. Pomegranate juice, which contains several antioxidants that are good for testosterone. Brazil nuts that influence the mobility of sperm. Water. Conversely, the quality of the sperm is degrading when men eat too much fried food or bacon or drink too much caffeine, alcohol and soda. 5. Male hormonal balance changes during female pregnancy. We are still talking about female hormones, but the balance of male hormones also changes during their partner's pregnancy. According to the University of Michigan, testosterone gradually decreases during pregnancy. Researchers have been unable to explain this hormonal change. The level of testosterone inferior can cause them to become more caring and less aggressive. Although there is still a lot of research to be done before we can actually accept this conclusion. 6. A man should meet friends at least twice a week. Going to coffee doesn't seem like the healthiest activity, however, according to a UK study, it's important for men to meet their friends. Having a coffee or a beer is certainly an option, but of course, they can also play sports or some other social activity. Getting together at least twice a week would be good for your health. It was the famous University of Oxford that came to this remarkable conclusion. These encounters seem to be a real problem for married men. A survey shows that only 2 in 5 people manage to do something with their friends at least once a week. However, according to psychologist Robin Dunbar, social contact would notably allow men to recover faster when they are sick. 7. Men's brains are 10% bigger than women's. The male brain is larger than that of a woman. On average, the brain male would be between 8% and 13% bigger. But, for the men who claim victory, hold back your ardor. It does not make men smarter than women. Ultimately, most organs are slightly larger in men than in women, but that doesn't mean they work differently, explains Lisa Elliott, professor of neurological sciences at Chicago Medical School. 8. A man eats twice as much in the company of a woman. It is sometimes said that men thicken in a relationship, and a study seems to confirm it. According to Cornell University, men at least tend to eat more when there is a woman nearby, even twice as much. A study also found that in the presence of a woman, they ate 93% more pizza and 86% more salad. So why are they doing this? According to the researcher, they would thus seek to impress women. This is not a logical explanation, but it is mainly based on instinct. 9. Men with a high IQ drink less. In addition, the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm discovered that a man's IQ was related to his lifestyle. They studied 50,000 Swedes born between 1949 and 1951 and found that men with lower IQs drank too much alcohol more often. They also have emotional problems more easily. Conversely, scientists believe that a higher IQ would actually lead to a healthier lifestyle. 10. Men lie twice as often as women. It might not come as a surprise, but a study confirms that men are more likely to lie. We can, however, question this study, as it was commissioned by 20th Century Fox for the launch of the television series Lie to Me. Still, someway, she confirms a cliché. In this study, men appeared to lie to their partner, co-workers, or boss 6 times a day. Usually, they do this by confirming that everything is fine and that they have no issues with anything. It was our selection about 10 weird facts but true about men. Please, tell us in the comments what is the fact that you found strange. See you in the next video with other facts about men and women.